This is a quick first impressions of the Start, which is the... So I've listened to the S4, the S5, and the S6. And the beginning of that package was this one. And when I first listened to this, I thought, and then I decided to start at the top and go the other way. And having listened to the 6, the 5, and the 4, this has audibly scooped vocals. And I graphed it out, and it's got the same. It's kind of clear. It's quite a V. Bass is up. Treble is very similar to the other S. It's kind of got the Harman treble, but it's got such a cavity from the top of the treble and the bass down to the very valley of the mid V. That it's noticeable. The quality of the stuff I've been listening to recently, this isn't holding up, though it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I don't know if they can work on this. Another thing about it, it's got a smart control in line. So the other cables are, 2015 flagship 64 audio Noble, stuff like that. So it's good. It's not the pimp stuff, but some of that stuff is... it looks really great, but that's about it. It's not necessarily a better cable than the ones that I'm seeing on the other Fearless, and some other stuff too. Moondrop, it's got some regular cables pretty much, but they're fine. But inline controls, I'm just not a fan of. And it's sad because at this price point, this would have been probably the best seller. So I will do a full review for this set, but I can tell you right now that it's not a set that I'm going to wreck. I don't know anybody that loves a V. You can put up with it to a certain extent, but this is no. If anybody from that company, which I doubt will ever happen, ever reads this, in the West, a bad start is something nobody wants to do. So if somebody listens to this item first because you say start and it sounds not great, it's a V, which is weird because what follows it is very good tuning, and it's one of the most consistent adherences to the Harman target curve, like it or not, that I've seen from any company. 3 in a row, the 4, the 5, and the 6 are all doing that. You wouldn't ever get an indication if you started with this set what was to come if you were to put in a little more money and upgrade, because it's not just looks on the other Fearless, it's actual sound and looks. And it makes you feel like you're listening to something that's really, really nice. You would never get that from the Start. It's an interesting concept that I thought was fantastic, but to put this at the front of the line seems like quite the swing and the miss. So I'm going to tell you right now, this will not be wrecked. And it's an odd move into a series. Brilliant idea, bad execution from the start until the very next one, which would be, I guess, the S4, which is fantastic. So the only part that got messed up was the start, and if people get out because they don't like the start, then they never see the finish or whatever's in between. So 90% of awesomeness in its idea, in its delivery, and its everything except for the very first unit in its series. Everything has a start and an end. The hobby has no real end, but the start of this particular series will not get wrecked. And I'll put up a graph in the community section of this YouTube channel so that you guys can get a look at it. Swing, miss, it happens. That's 3 out of 4, so they're doing 75% success, which is awesome in this hobby. KZ would love to have a record like that, as would many companies. BGVP doesn't even have a 3 out of 4. They got they're hitting 50% as far as I'm concerned. So damn, full review will be coming though, and I'm out.
Ripping shows live on stage for whole shell in my name. To be precise, ripping mics is